everyone! It's a beautiful day to learn. In this channel, you will be learning about machine shorthand. So, if you're interested, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell button for notifications. Hey learners! Thanks for being with me again. So in this video, we will learn about lessons 6 to 10. Let's start! And so we will discuss about initial R and final R, the sound of aw, combination for initial N, and long I. Let's start with initial R and final R. So using your left hand, write initial R on the lower bank of keys with the index finger and then return to home position. Okay, so that would be for initial R. For final R, using your right hand, so you write final R on the lower bank of keys with the index finger and then return to home position. Okay, that's it. Now, let's have a demonstration. Okay, so here in this video, we can see, yes, the left hand, and then we will use our left index finger, okay, on the lower bank, okay, we will press initial R. Then using your right hand, right index finger on the lower bank again, we press, okay, final R. That's it. So these are the words, arbitraries, and phrases for this lesson, lesson 6. So it's an application using initial R and final R. For the arbitraries and phrases, you have there the word R. Its stroke is initial R or final R. So you have there on the right side the stenograph notes. Then we also have the word your that is represented by vowel U and then final R. Remember, that's initial R, vowel E, and final R. RU, that's initial R and vowel U, and then UR, that's vowel U and final R. So notice that there is a similarity on the strokes for your and then UR. Okay, so in the reference book that we use, stenograph theory for court reporting, so there are tendencies wherein one stroke or the same stroke is applicable to two or more words. Okay, so again, this book, stenograph theory for court reporting, is best used or made for the older versions of machines, the ones that we use with steno paper, and not the latest version, the electronic ones with real time or with transcriptions, the one with the case catalyst software. Okay, and now let's proceed to words. We have their rat. So on the left side, we can see the stenograph notes. Initial R, vowel A, final T, and then rate, initial R, long A, final T, rip, initial R, vowel I, final P, tour, initial T, vowel O, final R, store, initial ST, vowel O, final R, and then we have the words stare, that is noun, and then stare, that is a verb. They have the same stroke, which is initial ST, long A, and final R. So for the sentence, let's try this one. We have there, Ray is ill. Okay, so Ray, that's initial R, long A, and then initial S, and then vowel I, final L, and then FPLT. And the next sentence is, are you to pass? So are you, that's initial R, vowel U. To is initial T, vowel O, pass. Initial P, vowel A, final S. And then we have initials STPH that represents question mark. So let's try this one. Please read this. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, let's check your answer. I know you got it right. Okay, so there are two sentences here. First one is put up a star. Second is the air is still. Okay, notice that there are two periods. So that's two sentences. Great. So now let's proceed to lesson 7, the sound of awe. So we write vowels AU for the sound of awe in these three groups of words. First, word involving the diphthong awe. So example, we have the word saw. So the stroke is initial S and then sound of awe or diphthong awe. Then also taught, initial T, diphthong O, and then final T. Same with po, initial P, diphthong O. Second, for vowel A, L, and ALL words having the sound of O. So, for example, all. So, we have there diphthong O, final L. For tall, diphthong, rather initial T, diphthong O, final L. Salt, initial S, diphthong O, final LT. Third is for words with OUGH, that's having the sound of O. For example, we have ought, so that's diphthong O, final T, and then sought, initial S, diphthong O, final T. So again, that's diphthong O. We write the vowels A and then U. That is for the sound of O. And so we have here arbitraries and verbs for lesson 7. So we have perfect, certificate, represent. For words, we have here raw, saw, taught, ought, tall, and then rates. So let's have first the arbitraries. On the right side, we can see the stenograph notes. So you have their perfect, that's initial P, vowel E, and final R. For certificate, that's initial S, vowel E, final R. For represent, that's initial R, vowel E, final P. Okay? And for the words, on the left side, we can see the stenograph notes. Saw, initial S, diphthong O or the sound of O. Raw, initial R, diphthong O. Taught, initial T, sound of O or diphthong O and then final T. Ought, sound of O, final T. Tall, initial T, sound of O, final L. And then rates, initial R, long A, final TS. Here we have a sentence. So example, there are two sentences here. So on the left side, we can see the stenograph notes. On the right side are the two sentences. So we have the sale is perfect. Okay, period. The other one, I saw the certificate, period. And let's proceed to the next lesson. We have lesson 8, combination for initial N. If we try to look at the stenograph keyboard, we can't see initial N or even final N, right? Because some of the letters are formed by combining letters. Okay? So letters in the steno keyboard. So for example, here for initial N, we use initials T, P, and H. Okay, so initial N is initials T, P, and H. So with your left hand, you write initials T, P, and H for initial N with the ring, middle, and index fingers on the upper bank. Okay, so now you know what is the initial N. Then on your right hand, you write final RT in one stroke with the index and little fingers. Okay? And these are the arbitraries and phrases as well as words in this lesson. You have there in, that's initial N, any, initial N vowel I, necessary, initial N vowel E, final S. You have there April, you have in the and in a. Okay, words also not, nap, nail, net, not, sort. So on the next slide, we can see the stenograph notes of these words, arbitraries, and phrases. So here it is on the right side of the screen, we can see the stenograph notes for the arbitraries and phrases found on the left side. So we have there in, any, the necessary. We also have April, that's long A, final P, in the, initial N, final T, in a, initial N, vowel A. For the words, on the left side, we can see the stenograph notes and the words on the right side. So you have there not, initial N, vowel O, final T, the nap, initial N, vowel A, final P, nail, initial N, long A, final L, net, initial N, vowel E, final T, not, initial N, vowel U, final T, and then sort, initial S, vowel O, final RT. So you may try also to practice your fingers even without the machine, even without the stenograph keyboard. So you can try to feel how it is being written. And we have an example here, two sentences rather. So we have on the left side the stenograph notes and the right side are the sentences. So the net is perfect. Another is art in the race. Okay, that ends with a question mark. So you can see that's initials STPH. So without even reading the sentence yet, we can see that the sentence ends with a period and the sentence ends with a question mark, right? And we're up to the last lesson, lesson 9, that's long I. So this will be the last lesson because lesson 10 is a review of all the lessons that we had from lessons 1 to 9. Okay, so for lesson 9, that's long I. So we write vowels A, O, E, and U for long I. So we will be using both our left and right thumb. To distinguish between such words as bit and bite, so bit is short I and then bite is long I. We also have fit and fight, tip and type, and similar pairs. So we use a combination of vowels for the sound of long I. This combination is we have the vowels A, O, and I, or the EU. That means all of the vowels. When the vowel in the word sounds the way you say the letter I, then it is a long I. So when you hear that it sounds like a long I, like the letter I rather, then we type it as long I. That's vowels A, O, E, and U. Okay, we have here arbitraries and phrases as well as words in this lesson. So you have until, notice, in your, and to your. That's for arbitraries and phrases. We also have words, example like tie, pipe, sight, then sit. So there is a difference between sight and sit. Pile and pill. So that is the difference between short I and long I sound. Let's try to look at the strokes of arbitraries and phrases. So on the right side, you can see the stenograph notes, and on the left side, the arbitraries and phrases. So you have there until, that's initial N, final L. Okay? Notice, initial N, final TS. And then you have in your, initial N, vowel U, final R, to your, initial T, vowel OU, final R. And for words, we have on the left side the stenograph notes, and on the right side are samples of the words. We have tie, that's initial T, long I. Pipe, initial P, long I, final P. Then we have sight, initial S, long I, final T. So sit, initial S, vowel I, final T. Pile, initial P, long I, final L. Pill, initial P, vowel I, final L. So you can try to practice this using your improvised or alternative stenograph keyboard. Even without the real steno machine, the real steno writer, we can still feel how it is using the machine because that is the closest feeling or closest thing we can do at this moment. Okay, now let's proceed to sentence. So there are two sentences here. On the left side, we can see the stenograph notes. So the first sentence is, I saw a nail in your tire, period. Okay, so the other one is, you are to represent us until April, period. Great. Now you already know how to read sentences for this lesson. So let's try this one. How do we read this? I'm giving you 3 seconds to answer. Three, two, one, zero. Okay, let's check your answers. There you have it. So do you have the correct answer? So first sentence is, notice the pipe. And then period. So the other one is the sale perfect? That ends with a question mark. Okay, so I believe you got it right again. Congratulations. You already know how to read sentences. So that's it for lessons 6 to 9. So at this point, it's gonna be my take home and it's worth 30 pesos worth of load. So how do we read this? So you just type in the comment box your answers and you get a chance to win 30 pesos worth of load. And as promised, the winner for the previous video or lesson that we had, lessons 1 to 5, will be revealed in the next video, and this is it. So the question is this one, how do we read this? We read this as, he is to stay at the house. Stay well. Okay, so we'll check who got it correct. So here's a list of those who got the correct answer. We have Ella Marie Pujadas, Charmaine Augusto, Chini Galolo, Ayasa Joy Tahale, Celsi Baay, Mia Kui Ningasca, Ariel Busa, Rika Visande, Karin Dalde, Riza May Obil, Ana Kabayag, Heide Madulin, Mary Joy Kasulukan, May Flor Cubos, Mary Jane Andig, Giselle Fuertes, Rebecca Daniel, and Rosemary Ramada. So each of these learners get a chance to win 30 pesos worth of load. So their names will be part of the raffle. Okay? So let's start in 3, 2, 1, 0. And we have a winner, Celsi Baay. Congratulations, Celsi. Please email at machine shorthand 2021@gmail.com to claim your prize. So that's it. Thank you so much, learners. See you in my next video. See you in my next lesson. Keep on learning. God bless.